We are here at Artist Alley at New York Comic Con, and we're here with Courtney Show, who has some pretty awesome work, and we're going to ask them some questions about their work. So what inspires your work? Because I love the colors specifically, like this one is so cute. I love the colors specifically, but what inspires your work?
I really love bright colors, covering queer themes. I primarily work in comics, so all my characters here are from my comics.
What is your comic called?
I have several. My most popular one that's free to read online on Webtoon is My Dragon Girlfriend. And then I have Big Cats and Watchdog.
Cool. And then what advice would you give to like newer comic artists?
Be kind to yourself. Work less hard. Just do it. Just do it and don't be hard on yourself. You're gonna get better. Like every time you draw, you get better. So.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I'm here with Daniel Barnes. He has a lot of Sonic inspired stuff. Could you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, hey, what's up? I write for the IDW Sonic the Hedgehog comics. I've written for this graphic novel right here, Scrapnik Island. It just came out a couple of months ago. And then this just came out last month, Sonic's 900th Adventure, and I collaborated with a few folks there. And now I'm just selling artwork from those comics and some stickers based on Scrapnik Island here at my stand. And I'm also selling Black Mage. Black Mage is my original graphic novel. It came out a few years ago.
So when it comes to Black Mage, can you tell us a little bit more about what the book is about? Since this is the first time I'm hearing it, so I was wondering, what's it all about?
Black Mage, okay, so it's pretty out there. So basically, it is a comedy, action, fantasy, satire. So basically, it's like Harry Potter meets the Boondocks. So think picture Harry Potter. If Harry Potter was the only black kid going to Hogwarts, and Hogwarts was run by the KKK. Oh. And that is basically what the story is about.
That's definitely interesting. What was like the inspiration behind it? Was it similar to like the Boondocks and all that stuff?
Boondocks is just like exaggerated, like my own experience going to school. I went to school in Virginia, in a town that was very predominantly white. So it felt like being kind of like an oddity when you're like one of the only black people there, and the way people kind of like treat you and behave in a goofy way. And I just applied it into a very exaggerated, funny, anime-inspired story, you know.
When it comes to like all the things that you've done, like what was kind of like the moment that like kind of like sparked you? Like what was the one thing that like made you want to like be an artist or like a writer? What was like that moment?
Oh, I don't know, man. Like I've always liked comics, and I've always known I wanted to be a storyteller. I've been reading the Sonic comics since I was a little kid, back when Archie was publishing them, and I've always like been really obsessed with the idea of just telling stories, and over time I'm like, oh, I like writing comics specifically as I got older, and just kind of transformed into that over time.
I just have one question. It's more of a curveball. What's your favorite food?
My favorite food? I like sushi.
Ironic, there's a sushi spot like right down there. Right down there too.
Nice.
So where's some places that people can find you, so that way they might want to follow up on some of your work?
Well, I have my QR code right here, and I have behind me on this banner. You can go to my website, www.dannybarnes.net, and then I'm mostly on Twitter at Danny8bit right there.
Here with Tyler, it seems like he is a comic maker and a book maker. Could you tell us some of the stuff that you do?
Sure. My name is Tyler Boss. I'm a cartoonist and designer. I do books for Image Comics, Dark Horse, Marvel, DC. Actually, no, Marvel I haven't done. Never mind. I haven't done Marvel. IDW. But yeah, no, I make comic books called What's the Furthest Place from Here? 4 Kids Walk into a Bank and Dead Dogs Bite. Yeah.
One of the things I want to ask is, what got you into like comics, making books? Like, what's some of the things that kind of inspire you to like do this, and what's been the drive?
I grew up being a comics lover like my whole life, and I think around like 14 I learned you could do it as a job, and so just been trying to do that ever since.
Honestly, I wish I was in the same way, because I do music, so I wish I would have had the same drive as well. But that's one question is like, what's some inspirational words, and for people who maybe might be stuck in a rut, or want to do this for a living, what's some advice you could probably give them?
I mean, it is hard. It is a grind. As we talk about doing music, it's a thing where it's like if you have that passion for it, you can keep grinding at it. But I'd say if you're feeling down about it, go see a drive-in movie. Go to a drive-in theater and see. It's October. Go see Halloween, and The Thing is a double feature at the drive-in. That'll get you going.
That's really all the questions I have. Is there anywhere else like maybe people would like to follow you or advertise yourself?
Sure. You can follow me on Instagram at Tyler Patrick Boss or on Twitter at Boy Cartoonist.
All right, we're here with another interview. This is a new panel. I see there's a lot of retro stuff here that's kind of part of my childhood. Firstly, could you explain? Could you tell the audience your names?
Yeah, I'm Damien Santa Maria.
And I'm Diego Casasola.
And could you explain to us, all the stuff that you do? Because you guys do a lot of cool stuff from what it seems like. A lot of stuff that it's very childhood like. Could you? What's some of the inspiration of this stuff?
So my artwork is over here, more of the canvases and the paintings, and just the background of that is just like you said, just like cartoons I grew up with, and just trying to put that on paintings, more on canvases instead of prints. That's my my way to sell and stuff.
What would you say is a inspiration that you have when you decided you wanted to do stuff like this?
Inspiration. Definitely started with the newer animes that are out, and then I started painting more of the anime style, and then got into more of the retro stuff. So definitely 100% just cartoons in general. It's just really the drive and the inspiration for sure.
What about you?
Well, a lot of mine are actually characters from my webcomic. It's kind of like a parody of Scooby-Doo. And it has a bunch of other cartoon characters and stuff in it, and so I grew up with all the cartoons I put in my comic, and it's just trying to make something fun, something funny.
Since both of you are sharing a spot right here, I was wondering how long have you two known each other? Is there any works that maybe both of you have done together, all the type of stuff?
Yeah, we've known each other since middle school.
Yeah, almost middle school, so over 10 years.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Is there any art maybe the both of you have done together, or it's separate kind of?
We've collabed on stuff before, but we haven't done anything that we have on here.
Like a big project or anything like that. No, we haven't done that yet.
And one more question I have. It's more of a curveball question, but what's your favorite food?
Favorite food? That's a good question. I'm a big fan of orange chicken. I can say orange chicken's pretty good.
I have to go with burgers. With burgers.
Can't go wrong with burgers.
Can't go wrong.
All right. So what's your socials? That way you can advertise yourself for whatever you want to do.
Oh sure. My Instagram's right here. It's Damfersan, DAMFERSAN. And also it's the same website as well, www.damfersan.com.
My Instagram is just Scoob and Shag. My Twitter is _Scoob and Shag. If you just look up Scoob and Shag, you'll pretty much find it anywhere.
We're with Jared Melendez, and we're going to interview about your work and stuff that you do. So what inspires your work?
So when I set out to write Chef's Kiss, there wasn't a bunch of gay romance in comics. There was no Heartstopper yet, there was no Check Please or anything like that. So my co-creator Danica and I were like, we should fill that gap.
Yeah.
This was back in 2017, and so that's what we did. Yeah, we basically wrote something that our 19, 20-year-old selves would have obsessed with.
Yeah. And I guess what would you tell younger writers for LGBTQ plus representation? What are some things that they should make sure that they have in their books, or if they're doing comics as well, what are some things that we would tell them to have in there?
I mean, just try to make your characters as real as possible, as grounded in real life as possible. Just tell the stories that you want to see. Look for the gaps in stuff. If you've ever been disappointed that you're oh, how come there's not a story about X, Y, or Z? It's write it.
Yeah, I love that. And then I guess where can people find you, and where can people support your work?
You can find me. I'm extremely online. I'm debilitatingly online. I'm on Instagram at Jamarmel, Jamarmel. that's where you can find me there. And then through that, you can find my website where I sell a bunch of my stuff. Yeah, Instagram is great.
Thank you so much.